the president has to get involved with the Supreme Court. He has to deal with the Congress. He has to deal with his own bureaucracy and in its administration. So it comes down to the president proposes all these things, and if he can get maybe 25% of what he proposes done in 4 years, that's a good presidency.
No, exactly. Well, I mean, the whole thing with the president is that if you want a good president, you need somebody who's good at talking.
Oh yeah.
You need somebody who's good at kind of convincing other people to go to their side, which is why I think you're right when you say we're dealing with two kind of formidable candidates, because John McCain and Barack Obama are both known for, like Republicans kind of like Barack Obama, and at the same time, Democrats kind of like John McCain. So if either of them get in, they'll probably be able to be a little more convincing of the other side, to the other side of what they want to pass through, and that's kind of what you need to get things through.
My biggest argument with this whole McCain is going to be a third term for Bush is McCain-Feingold Act. I mean, look at that. People that don't understand that. It limits the...
I don't understand it. So
it limits the individual contribution someone can give to a campaign. All right, so it limits us to about, like, I believe it's $2,000, $3,000. I don't know the exact number off my head.
Wait, didn't this fail?
$2,300. No, it passed.
Oh, it passed? Okay.
So, at least, I mean, now you're making me second guess, but I'm about 99% sure.
I thought, never mind. Yeah, okay. You'd know better. You're the politics major. You'd know better than me.
I know everything. Let's see. Yeah, it passed. Yeah, it passed by 6. But anyways, and a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives were pissed, especially at McCain, because they argued it abridged freedom of speech and basic freedom of speech, and how much money you can give to the campaign. Now, I understand the logic behind it, because say for some reason Bill Gates really gets partisan, it doesn't matter what side he's on. He has a treasury, that would.
Oh, I wanted to tell you about this. Who's that? The billionaire or whatever? He's like the one billionaire in the world who's actually like liberal and donates to the Democratic parties. And Bill O'Reilly's like always freaking out about him. What's his name?
Honestly, I don't know his name.
Like Bill Richardson or something. I can't.
You're thinking
I have no
Bill
idea.
Richardson, but no, I know he was talking about. I think he more or less endorsed. And you know what the crazy thing about what a lot of these corporations will do, a lot of businessmen and women will do, is and this is illegal, but they do it anyways. I forget what they call it. They'll say everyone down at like a board meeting. They'll go, all right, everyone, open up your checkbooks, make a check out for $2,300 for the Republican National Committee. Or I'm sorry, not you can give as much money I think as you want to the actual committees, or say it's John McCain. Okay, so everyone writes it out, and I will personally give all of you $2,300 back because that person wants obviously he wants to give more money, but he can't. And the problem that they get into is that all of a sudden the nominee is getting a bunch of checks signed by everyone around the same day, around the same area. You know what I mean? So that's how they kind of get them. But that's how they kind of cheat the system as well.
No, but the story I want to tell you is that whatever that guy is, I can't remember his name now, but I'm in New York City, Dave's in Syracuse, and I was walking down past if any of you guys who are listening and know New York City at all, is down at Astor Plaza, and with my girlfriend, and we were walking by, and there were all these protesters with these pamphlets, like screaming this guy's George Soros.
Oh, George Soros. Oh.
George Soros. That's what it is. Yeah, they started like they were screaming George Soros' name. They're handing out these pamphlets with like pictures of him like on fire and stuff, and it's like screaming like George Soros is the devil. Stop him immediately. He's going to be the downfall of society. He is the devil incarnate. And they were like screaming, and like it was like the most fanatical like anti-George Soros people in the world. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, George Soros. Yeah, I definitely know that name. He's a very liberal guy. He gives tons of money to left-wing organizations like MoveOn.org and Air America when that was on. Obviously, Air America.
Is Air America still on?
No, it's not, because, and if it is,
I know Al Franken's running for president now, or not president. What I'm talking about? Senate.
Minnesota, I want to say. I could be wrong on that. But anyways, yeah, he's funded a lot of left-wing organizations, and the right hates him because he's a socialist and that kind of deal. So, yeah, I mean, Air America.
We have a socialist in Senate, thanks to my home state of Vermont.
Yeah,
Bernie Sanders.
We have a socialist running for president. All right.
Yeah. Who?
Barack Obama. It's just socialist. Obviously, he's not a self-proclaimed. I'm just saying. I'm joking.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking that like Bernie Sanders is a self-proclaimed socialist.
Yeah, that's
I think the funny thing about Bernie Sanders, like I used to work for the Vermont Department of Health, and there was Brugger's Bagels next to where I worked, and I'd always go there and get breakfast, and he'd always there getting breakfast too. And then it was I always used to get breakfast with Bernie Sanders, and then it was funny because I was in Europe. I went to college in England, and when Bernie Sanders got elected to the Senate, like all these Europeans came up to me and were like, oh, "You're from the state Bernie Sanders is from, and we're socialists. And we love socialists," you know. And like all these like German people coming was like, "Oh, it's amazing! You finally did. Your state did it. They elected a socialist." Yeah. So I was popular.
Well, it's I
don't know, but it was weird though because like a bunch of German people came and told me. I don't know why.
How they know Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, they must love socialism. I don't know, but
well, it's funny because I've always said that like our country progressively gets more and more liberal in some, but like obviously it's not radically as it could be in like Europe, but
a lot of people more and more conservative.
Yeah, well, it's a tug and pull. And when I say that,
I mean, we have had a Republican administration for the last 8 years.
If you look,
well, except no, I shouldn't say it's 6 years because Congress was taken over by.
Yeah, but look how big the government has gotten even under Bush. I mean, the government continues to get bigger and like.
No, I mean, what are we talking about here? The state governments or the federal government?
Yeah. And I'm not saying it necessarily in a negative context, even though I feel that way. But
I know.
My argument there is that both conservatives and liberals kind of balance each other out, and we need both sides. People try to demonize one side more than the other, which I used to do, obviously, back in the day when I was a budding freshman in college, and liberals were all bad and that kind of deal. But
we actually didn't get along when we first met.
Wait, you and I?
Yeah.
Really?
I just remember us not liking each other.
I think we were kind of like, I don't know.
Because I was like sort of like the liberal and like, oh, those Republicans. You're sort of Republican, like, oh, those liberals.
Yeah, we're probably just our eyes at each other about it.
Yeah, and we didn't really get along until like a year later.
Yeah, I don't know. I
seem to recall us like having out for each other when we first met because of something.
I don't remember that though. Maybe,
I kind of remember
maybe
that.
You do.
I remember you telling me like you didn't like me when you first met me. I wasn't like I didn't really like you when I first met you.
I don't think it was because I thought you were a liberal. I think it was like I didn't know you and kind of dressed up like a pirate, and I thought that was kind of lame. But getting back on the topic a little bit. No, what I'm saying is though,
come together, so can the people.
Yeah, there you go. We all just have to kind of lighten up. I guess the deal is.
Yeah. Just like a pirate. Don't you dare insult my pirate costume.
It's still lame. No, but like with conservatives and liberals, like say someone wants to get I don't know, say sex education in school. All right, we need liberals to kind of push that because kids need to find out more and more because kids are having sex at a younger age. All right, we have more teen pregnancy, that kind of jazz. All right, we need the conservatives there to kind of hold on just in case the liberals want to push more. Like, well, let's talk about sexual positions. Shit that just doesn't really need to be there. You know what I mean? Like that's.
They taught us that in Vermont. You didn't get the sex.
No, honestly, I didn't get that. I really. What was that?
Oh. Well, it was great.
Well, it was great.
And the teacher got up and demonstrated, and the math teacher came in and started, going in at it.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean...
That's how we roll.
Yeah, all right.
Come on. I'm a socialist senator.
Yeah. So you guys are just a tub of anti-morality and...
Yep. Yes, we hate God.
You hate God.
You're all Satanists.
Yes, a bunch of atheists and Satanists.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You guys also want to... you also want to secede from the the United States.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we want to secede from the Union. Yeah, it's actually like a vote